Chuck, and thanks for stopping by my shop. It's design review time, or engineering review. It's been quite a little bit of a discussion amongst some viewers that when they make comments, they said, how come you weren't at the design review meeting? So you're getting invited right from the start. Here's a couple of aluminum castings from my good friend Harold Waters, Amateur Redneck Workshop, that he did 3D prints and then casted these out of aluminum. Both pieces, and they're kind of similar to the Holdridge radius turner, ball turner. I actually have this unit, and we'll look at that a little bit also. So as you can see, they're rough castings. I guess I'll have to start off with my best impression of a Joe Pye and clean the flashings up. The ARW is backwards, so those are going to get taken off. But basically get everything cleaned up, and then here's a little shot of how I thought that I could actually get started on machining. So let's move to that clip. So this is a little handheld shot. I'm messing around here, just looking at how I would machine this part to get it started, and setting it up here in some V-blocks, and the V-blocks are not touching the flat here. They're on the radius or the circumference there. And with a square, I think you can see that basically I've got the unit sitting there pretty square. So my thought is I can dust the top off, turn it over, get the other side done, and then with those done, then I can come around and get the inside faces when I turn it flat. So just starting to goof around, looking at how I would do this. I have a round piece underneath for it to sit on right now, and I think that'll work. Okay, we're back from that clip. So put your input in on that. So I have the castings. Now, what I did, I've done this in the past, is I've taken a photocopy. You just put it on the copier, and it gives you something at least to draw on. Yeah, I guess I could sketch it, but I find this easier, and it's given me some little bit of ability to look at it and think about it without having to carry the castings around. So let's talk about this guy first, the big one. So see if I keep you in focus there. I guess right there is actually not bad. So basically, similar to the Holdridge, there would be the drive mechanism that'll come down from the top, and then on the bottom you need a pin for this guy to rotate on. So my thoughts are on this, put a couple things together, thinking about it, is I think I can actually get away putting a bushing in here. This is the wrong size bushing, but just for mock-up, using a bushing and using a 1/4 inch drive extension, can use the handle, the breaker bar handle for it as the drive mechanism, and then so we'd have the bushing there, we'd have the handle there, and then we would have this piece, just another socket that would be put into, would be on the end of here, excuse me. So this would be on the end of this guy, get on there. So that's going to drive, it's going to drive this guy. So we'll skip over to that for a second. So basically, There's the shaft where it's the socket would be being captured in, and it would end up having a pinch of some sort, either slotting it so that I could pinch on it, and or a set screw, or a maybe a half cotter might be a way to do it. On the bottom side, there'll be another sleeve in this guy, and that's where it will be pivoting on. So there's like a 60-degree recess there in a sleeve that I'll put in the aluminum. We're going to cut for a second as the gardener's blowing. Okay, I think I left off right there. The socket would be captured in this part of the tool, and that would allow you to drive this tool back and forth to create the ball. Also, I'll have to put a slot in here to actually carry the tool, and that would be done with a set screw to lock that into place. I'll show you on the Holdridge. Probably going to copy that. And then of course the bottom piece here is where it rides. If we go over to this piece, there'll be a threaded piece here, and I've been thinking about maybe something like this coming up through, except this will have the point on it for the bottom side of the smaller piece, and this needs to be adjustable in height. Again, looking at putting a sleeve in there first, not just using the aluminum. And I think that's it, other than, let me show you what a Holdridge looks like. Let me pull that guy out. This is my Holdridge set. Whoop, wrong way. There we go. This is my Holdridge set. It was actually a S model, and I created all of the parts that needed to be done to make it a D. So I machined all these, added these collars. The unit's out of steel, where Harold's out of aluminum. There's a magnet. It's all out of steel, and it's quite a heavy-duty unit. To show you the bottom of the yoke that turns, so there is a 60-degree receiver in there, and then on the top you can see that it's slotted where you could clamp onto the, oh, gotta pull it out of here now. It's a heavy son of a gun. This, pull that out, it's gonna come out. This guy would be sitting on the pin right here. I think you can see that pin right there. It sits on the pin, and then the tool comes down. I'm trying to do this one-handed. Anyway, the tool comes down, goes through this bore, and then you can turn the wrench to turn this guy. So this has the hole for the tooling to go through, and then there's a set screw that comes down from the top. So it'll be the same thing that'll have to happen to this guy right here. Where are you? Same thing will have to happen to this guy right here. Won't use that large of tooling in it though. The actual body of this unit is also split, and also has a set screw that you can tighten the movement on this. It's quite the unit. Let me move this. Here's a price sheet from 2001 for the 4D model, the Holdridge radial cutter, and the complete package is a little over $2,000 back in early 2000. It's quite a unique tool. Honestly, I can tell you honestly, I've only used mine a couple of times, more just to play with it. Really haven't used it for any project. I'm a tool nut, and of course, I gotta have it. I've picked it up. So, any input from anybody watching? I'm not going to jump into this immediately, so we got time for some comments and maybe even some review of comments. It's going to be an interesting project. I'll probably either send it back to Harold to use on his lathe. I think it's too small for my closing. It may actually fit on the Monarch, but probably go back to Harold. I got to work out the connection on how it goes to the compound. The Holdridge has basically a tooling nut that goes underneath. I don't know whether this will be held in a AXA type of tool holder or a Loris type of tool holder. Got to work that out too. So anyway, that's it for right now. I hope you enjoyed. Love to hear comments on it, and help me get this project done for Harold. Thanks again for watching. Always appreciate your time, and we'll be talking to you soon again about this. Also, I still need to machine this guy. I actually got the block cut, and that's on the list of things to do also.